7th. We are done with the conference championship games, and we have one game of football left. One game that matters, anyways, because we're watching the East West Shrine Bowl right now to see all the team prospects and see who's going to come and show off their skills to get drafted in the
Indeed.
fourth round instead of the 7th round. But as
Hey man,
always,
Ruben Hippolyte. He came out
as
of this
always,
one.
I'm joined by my esteemed co-hosts Wase and Adil Siddiqui. Boys, how we feeling?
Doing good, man. Doing good.
Good.
Enjoying
I
draft
think-
season.
We had two games this weekend they were exact opposites of each other, and exactly what we expected. The Broncos game, the Broncos Pats game, was the real bad offensive showing, poor weather affecting already poor play, and the Patriots outclassed, and I think that's a funny way to put it, but they outclassed the Broncos, and they were able to make it to the Super Bowl with probably the easiest run I've ever seen to get to the Super Bowl. Way to go, Patriots. And then we had probably one of the best games of the season in Seahawks and Rams. It delivered exactly how we thought a third game between division rivals would deliver. So, real great game. Congrats to the Seahawks, congrats to the Pats. But I think we already saw our Super Bowl winner.
Yeah, I think the Pats or the Seahawks and the Rams game was like a Super Bowl.
Yep.
But outclass is a funny way to put what happened on Sunday afternoon. I would just say that was as shambolic a win that you could have because there was basically no second half played.
Yep.
The weather was so bad.
No, it started raining or snowing like midway, late third quarter, like third quarter to late third quarter. It wasn't even that bad until the late third quarter.
No, when the Broncos got the ball in the second half in the third quarter, I think they ran like 6 plays when there was 3 minutes left in the third quarter. So they did nothing. But one question that I just had or I thought of, right? You're thinking about like coaching adjustments and all the things that these gurus like Sean Payton, offensive wizard. Does nobody check the weather report and see that there's a massive storm that's about to hit the stadium? And if that was the case, shouldn't he have kicked the field goal on that 4th and 1 when the game conditions were probably as good as they would have been all game? You have a backup quarterback.
That was the second drive, no? Yeah, that was the second drive.
That was the
third drive.
Whatever.
Yeah,
but earlier.
It was after they scored.
Drive.
You're not expecting that be your only opportunity in the first quarter of the game, or was that the second quarter of the game?
You have a backup quarterback. Jared Stidham made one good throw the entire game, that like 50-yarder. That's the longest pass play for the Broncos all season long.
Wow, that's crazy.
Jared Stidham.
The talk that we had, that people were having about like after that throw was like, oh, Bo Nix is a fraud, blah blah blah, just to show that he actually isn't. So
we were thinking like, hey, he just has to complete a couple more throws and he's going to be the starting quarterback for the Jets next season.
Yeah.
Oh man. But yeah, that had to be the worst. I can't think of it. Somebody in the chat, if you could think of it, what's the worst championship game that you see in your lifetime? Because for me, that was the worst either AFC or NFC championship game I've ever seen.
I can't think of one. This is probably as worse as like the 2019 Super Bowl. With the 18th Super Bowl, Rams. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of that was that bad.
It ended very similarly too because Jared Stidham threw that boneheaded pick, and Christian Gonzalez kind of caught it the same way.
Yeah. Damn.
Yeah. But yeah, Drake May. I mean, I think Boston fans are gonna be insufferable this offseason, and they're gonna hype him up when they've averaged 15 points per game throughout the playoffs. They've gone up against probably the 3 worst quarterbacking performances we've ever seen in the playoffs, with Herbert, Stroud, and then Stidham.
Well, I like Drake May. I don't think that's going to be the problem for any Pats fans who come out and say, "Oh, Drake May is going to play great. He was awesome last year." I'm on board with that. That's valid. Say it. It was your second year QB. He played well majority of the year. I'm okay with out of everything the Pats say. I'm okay with that. But if the Pats come out and say, "Oh, we're gonna run it back," I might have to say it's gonna be pretty tough, my man. Like,
I
I
don't
know
think
what
it's
you plan
about.
on
It's not even
doing.
project. What I've seen is, Drake May has gone through the gauntlet. This is the hardest playoff schedule any quarterback has ever faced, and he's won it. He's
Really?
been the one
Because
he's
they're
beaten
talking
these
about the
great
defenses.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's whack.
it's
It's
ridiculous.
whack.
Oh, well, hold on. I agree that he played hard
Texans,
defenses, but he also
yeah.
didn't play good
Well,
against.
yeah.
those
He was
defenses, right?
terrible.
Like,
He was terrible.
I don't know.
In
What
every
do you want to
game, he was
say? Like,
bad.
he had playtime against them. He had good experience. Yeah, great.
On
Good
the
for Drake
flip,
May.
we did see the Super Bowl. We saw the Seahawks and the Rams. Sam Darnold played the best game of his career. I mean, for
And-
Sam Darnold to be the
and-
first quarterback
and-
out of the 2018 draft class to make the Super Bowl and probably win it, that's just crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Over at Josh Allen too.
What a league.
Wow.
What a league. Over Josh, over Lamar.
Imagine
Oh, right.
if Bo Nix went down earlier in the game, and it was Jarrett Stidham coming in relief for Bo Nix, and you probably would have seen Josh Allen get his first.
Josh Allen. Yeah. Damn. I feel for
Maybe.
Josh Allen, man. I feel for him.
Yeah,
Rough.
That's tough.
Yeah, his wife in that movie too. Rough. You gotta
How many
have a heart
nominations?
of you gotta have a heart of stone to see your wife do that with a good-looking
Well-
guy like Michael B. Jordan and talking nasty to him too. That sounded a bit too real, honey.
16 Oscar nominations for Josh Allen to watch his one.
And he's gonna sit there at the Oscars.
He'll be there. He's gonna be there. He's got nothing better to do.
Oh,
my
damn.
God.
16 Oscar nominations? It wasn't that good.
Yeah,
No,
we
it
don't have to
wasn't.
get
I
into
think it just features multiple categories that it could be nominated for, but I don't think
It got
it might not
nominated
even
for
win.
Best original screenplay, I believe.
It got
Even
nominated for.
then.
Best
I mean,
original
it's
screenplay.
16. I'm
best
sure you're nominated for
film.
how many awards are there in the Oscars?
A lot, because there's a lot of small words too.
Yeah. So it is
It's like best
picture,
costume
best
and stuff like
actor,
that.
best actress, where is best writing?
Wait, Best Actress is real?
Let's see.
Dude, it was a supernatural movie. What?
Yeah, I did not think that it was like that. Wunmi Musaku, of the bigger gal. I don't know how to put that.
Oh, the one from
Nice.
the Loki series. She's like the pruner person.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know. Yeah, her.
Oh,
Best
Oh,
cinematography.
his wife
best
or his
directing.
girl. Right.
Yeah.
No.
Best makeup.
Best
costume design.
cinematography for that
It
one
was not,
scene.
no. It was
No,
good.
That
it was
one
good.
scene.
Cinematography.
It was good.
That one
cinematography.
scene with the music, the entrance
cinematography
scene,
took it
great.
back.
The entrance scene was solid. Like the beginning sequence of that movie was solid, but like no,
Is
it
this giving
wasn't.
you like Black Panther vibes, like being nominated
No.
for
No,
Best
Black
Picture?
Panther was good.
No.
Black Panther was good.
No,
It
no,
was not
no. You're
Best
not
Picture
giving
good.
Black There's no. This was better than Black Panther.
Black Panther
No
was the best
way.
This
MCU
is
movie.
better than Black Panther. Yes,
Get
this
out,
is
bro.
for sure
Sinners is better than Black Panther. Let's not do
Yes.
this.
No,
Black
no,
Panther
no,
is
no,
a
no,
superhero
no.
movie. It was good for a
Okay,
superhero
this is a
It
movie about
wasn't even-
vampires. Stop it.
Okay, if you think this is a movie
Hold
about
on.
vampires, you are
I know
racist
it's not a
and you
movie.
didn't
I know.
understand.
I know it's not a
Yeah,
movie about
there's a story
vampires.
here. There's levels to it. I get it.
I-
It just
There's a reason they use vampires for people like
I
you.
know. No, I get the social commentary behind the movie, but still,
No,
it's
but I
still
feel
a
like that's the only reason
supernatural
why it was
horror film.
nominated. The social
Uh,
commentary is why it was
Yeah,
nominated.
obviously.
Like,
I just didn't want to say
It did not
it.
seem like it was that good of a movie. I did not. And
It's like, what is this?
Black
Vampires
Panther?
on my screen.
Black Panther's the same reason. Black Panther's the same thing. Like, why
No,
would-
no,
Black,
no,
Black
no.
Panther was Black Panther, a movie in which the main character's gone for half the movie. The title character's gone for half the movie. Got nominated for the best film at the Academy Awards.
It was
Completely
actually good.
It was
It was
a
actually
rough year.
good.
The
Fine.
Academy
It was
year.
good. It was
It was
not.
a
It
rough
was
year
not
for the
best
Academy.
picture good.
bro. It was really good. Black Panther is one of the best MCU movies ever. Not because of like Chadwick Boseman, because of like Killmonger and his character, and then like the story behind like the black on black, like I don't want not violence, but like like stopping, like not sharing Wakanda's like treats and gifts of with the whole world, and it was solid, man. I like that.
Treats and gifts.
Technology, bro.
Technology and like I understand that, but like hear me out here. Look at the movies it was nominated with. And this is hilarious here. Best film was
2016?
2019, I believe. 91st.
19?
Yeah, it was right before Infinity Wars, I want to say, or right after Infinity Wars, something like that. No, wait, no. Infinity Wars was 2019.
Look, this is
Endgame.
91st. Here's who it gets nominated amongst. Green Book, Black Klansman.
Shout out Vigo.
Bohemian Rhapsody also wasn't that good of a movie. But A Star Is Born, Vice, The Favorite.
A Star Is Born?
Yeah, honestly, better
Black
than most of them.
Panther.
Better than most of them.
No, it's a sore
I just want
thumb.
to get one last
It's
look
a
at you.
sore thumb. It was
Better-
not Best Picture good.
Better than Green Book. Better than Black Klansman. Better than
It's not better than
Vice.
Green Book. It's not better than Green Book.
Green Book was
Not better than
okay.
Green Book.
Green Book
is
has
good.
had a lot of no.
Green Book was good.
Green Book was good.
It was. I'm not saying it was, but I think Black Panther was better. I found it more enjoyable.
Where is this Black Panther love coming from?
Bro, it was a solid
Honestly,
movie, man.
It was a
Okay,
good
but think about-
Killmonger was
think about the crop.
Killmonger is one of the best villains I've ever seen.
The crop that
Yes,
like that,
sure.
that nominated school, whatever you want to call that group of nominations is so much worse than this year's, and this year's isn't even that great.
That's crazy to say that Black Panther was better than
What won that year?
Green Book.
Oh,
Did it?
Vigo
Wow.
won. Wait, that's the one with
Deservedly
Vigo,
so.
right? And he's like the cab driver for Mahershala.
Yeah.
That was a good movie. I can't believe that won.
That's crazy.
God.
That was significantly better and more
Black
more
Panther.
gift to it. The acting was
It's not
significantly-
even that great of a movie.
Hold on. We have Michael B. Jordan going. Nah, all that ritual shit over with. That's the acting. I like it. It's a good movie.
It's real.
Hey, Auntie. All that Taylor shit over with. There's lots
It
of
was good.
thing for the Dora Milaje. That's what it was.
I like the Dora Milaje.
Like an antidote in headlights.
Are we
Bombay.
becoming a half film pod right now? Should we do Oscar
I mean-
Do that.
predictions in a couple weeks?
I haven't watched enough movies to know.
B and I are actually doing a full Oscar watch.
Oh, wow.
my God. You guys have a
There's
lot of
some
time on your
good-
hands.
You
Get
got
to the
one,
East
girl?
West Bowl. You got another job to do.
I was actually looking at the tickets for it because it was like $16 to get to the East and West Bowl. So then I'm watching the game and there's nobody in the stands. Not a person.
You could have
Not
snuck
even their
in.
families came out. For
Hey,
that.
Really?
Mason Rieger ended up getting like MVP or something.
Did he?
Oh yeah, shout out
Whatever.
Usher. His boy Mason Rager, who actually tore up the East-West Shrine Bowl from Wisconsin, from Hoffman Estates,
From
Corner
Hoffman
High
Estates,
School.
Illinois.
There
Yeah.
you go. Solid. Other news, the big one, Bill Belichick has not been inducted into the Hall of Fame
As
on
a
his
first ballot
ballot.
LFA'er. Wow.
That is
That's crazy.
insane. The
Did you
reports
guys
coming
hear?
out are based on Spygate and Deflategate. Deflategate
You know
wasn't
who-
even a real thing.
You know who brought that to the table and who
Folian?
argued against it? Folian.
No way.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Dude.
he had that much
God.
pull, but
He
The
convinced
greatest
a lot of
coach
people.
all time will
Yeah.
not be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
That's funny, man.
nobody
Low-key-
would have ever like got me convinced beforehand that he would have been snubbed like that. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's gotta be the worst Hall of Fame snub ever.
There's nobody
Yeah.
that deserves it more as far as a coach is concerned than
Because like
You know,
even as a
like-
coordinator,
Belichick.
like he has like 8 titles, even with like even being a coordinator and whatnot. He has like 8 titles.
That's
He
wild.
did great things for the game. I'm just surprised. He coached. His pedigree alone is amazing. He's coached offense, defense. He's been a positional, like wide receiver positional coaches for the Lions, all the way to defensive coordinator and head coach with Nick Saban for the Cleveland Browns. Gave them like their only winning season before they got like shipped off to Baltimore. But oh god, it's funny how something like Spygate, which is funnily enough, like I don't think that Spygate was a reason why they were that successful to begin with. Like it was like a little bit of a stain on that year, but like they didn't need it to be better than everyone else. They had been
It's like the Michigan scandal.
They creamed people afterwards too. It was just like they just went over the top with like trying to get that competitive edge. And same thing with the Deflategate footballs. Like the footballs themselves were all deflated to different points, and nobody knew what one was versus another. If anything, that's a Brady thing, not a Belichick thing. And the Colts played with the same footballs.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They don't.
They lost.
You play. So whenever you play a football game, you actually bring your own footballs and you play with your own football.
That's because
in
of
the second half they switched it out and it was still 45-10 as the final score. Like that was it's just a blowout.
Oh yeah, they did switch them out. They
switched them out at
half or something. Yeah. Ah, God.
Just all-time snub. I don't know how else to put it. That is one of the worst looks at so I had a conversation this week. We were talking about Derrick Rose because Derrick Rose got his jersey retired in the United Center, and they are putting his whatever banner up in the rafters, and it's next to Jerry Sloan, which is next to Michael Jordan. And I'm just like, how is Derrick Rose next to Michael Jordan? Obviously, I think with jersey retirements, it's a different story because it's just not as big of a deal. Like Zydrunas Ilgauskas got his jersey retired by the Cavaliers. I was like, all right, Derrick Rose, you're not at the bottom of the food chain there. But I was talking to my guys about Hall of Famers.
Better than
I was talking to my guys about Hall of Famers in the NBA. Did you know Dwight Howard got inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, he's one of the best centers ever. I would say that's
I don't know about ever, but he like 3-time defensive player of the year. I think he has like the most defensive player of the year.
Would he be a top 15 to top 20 center of all time?
Yeah, probably.
Center, yeah, but positionally, like he's not a top. Is he a top 50 player of all time?
He was an MVP candidate for like 5-6 years straight.
No, he went to the finals.
No.
Yeah. In the early 2000s,
5-6 years.
Yeah, his reign was like 4 years, but
like
he was
like 4 years.
But he was like he was a guy they built around.
He was one of the best. He was the best center in the league for a few years, right?
After
and on top
Shaq,
of that,
it was him.
They were going to finals on his back, or he went to a final.
They went to one,
right?
And they went back to the ECF. I don't know.
He was defensive player of the year as well. And did he never won MVP? Did he?
No, he never won it. But he was like top 3 in MVP voting like several times. But the thing with the NBA is like it's like the Hall of Very Good. It's not really the Hall of Fame. Anyone gets in the NBA Hall of Fame. So
that's not true. I don't agree. I don't agree with that.
Everyone gets into the Hall of Fame in
is
the NBA.
Carmelo Anthony worthy of a Hall of Fame spot?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. What? Why?
Yeah, you don't gotta win a title.
5 players in the NBA
Dude, you have to win a title. If you are considered, if the Hall of Fame,
did he have scoring titles?
If the Hall of Fame is the highest achievement that a player can get in the NBA, where it's the easiest for a single player to dominate.
So does Karl Malone not belong in the Hall of Fame because he didn't win a title?
He went to a final.
He went to a finals, but he never won a title. He didn't win a title. He was the 3rd all-time leading scorer. He absolutely belongs in the NBA in the NFL in the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
But he also
John Stockton.
You have postseason success. Like Karl Malone had postseason success. Not winning a title, but he went to multiple finals. When did Carmelo take a team to the finals? When did
but Carmelo is one of the greatest scorers, ISO ball players the game has ever seen. He's literally one of the best.
There should be that to me is Hall of Very Good. Like there should be an elevated award.
Hold on.
There should.
The 10-time NBA All-Star, 2-time All-NBA second team, 4-time All-NBA third team, NBA All-Rookie first team. He only lost to LeBron, obviously.
Who are you talking about?
Carmelo.
Melo.
Dude, Melo absolutely is a Hall of Famer. Not in the sense that he's one of the top 100 greatest players of all time. Like basketball is different because it's very individual.
Yeah, but what
based.
I'm saying is, I think it's crazy. I think it's crazy
No.
for the top 100 players of all time to be in the Hall of Fame. The way that the influence
It
that
is-
the best player has in basketball
Hold on. It is the
assures you
Naismith-
that the best.
the Naismith
What'd you
Hall of Fame. It's not an NBA Hall of Fame. Naismith.
Oh, it's
Hall
the
of Fame,
basketball
right?
Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Basketball, right? So you're talking about like a world stage.
College.
And you're talking about amateur.
Oh, you're
levels
talking about
too.
college too? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Well,
and
I mean,
so,
Melo
like,
is
Olympic
Melo's crazy in
gold,
college.
Olympic gold,
Yeah,
FIBA World Championships, NCAA Player of the Year. What else did he have? He won a NCAA
Like,
tournament too, right?
International players get into the Hall of Fame also. Like Tony Kukoc became a Hall of Famer. Sabonis became a Hall of Famer. Like there's that. It's very different. It's very broad. It's very
Okay, so
inclusive.
it's not just what you do in the NBA.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a
right.
McDonald's All-American in 2002 too. Wow.
So is Dwight.
He's been good for most of his life.
Yeah.
Most of his life, he was good at basketball. Such
That
a
makes
weird
sense.
thing to say.
So that
But anyways,
completely
yeah,
throws
I
out my
think the
argument.
NBA is different. They're very like even in terms
But
of
like
like
Russ,
retirements.
does Russell Westbrook? Do you think Russell Westbrook's a Hall of Famer?
Yes, he's an
Yeah.
MVP.
He did something unheard of.
So is
A
Derrick Rose a Hall of
triple-double for a
Famer?
season.
I don't think Derrick Rose is a Hall of Famer,
No.
but he will be because he was the youngest MVP in history. So I
Yeah,
don't
but
think he is, but
he
he
didn't
will
do
be.
anything outside of like the initial run. You know, his career was too short. That's the only reason why I think.
But he has a
doesn't.
college national championship appearance.
Penny Hardaway. Is Penny Hardaway a Hall of Famer? Because him and Derrick Rose have very similar career trajectories. Same thing with Grant Hill. Grant Hill didn't have Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy's not a Hall of Famer though. He didn't do much in the game. Like he was never an All Star. I think he was an All Star once or twice, but never All NBA. Derrick Rose.
Penny Hardaway is not a Hall of Famer.
Oh, okay. Then Derrick Rose probably may not be a Hall of Famer then. The thing is, Derrick Rose won an MVP. Like that's different.
Yeah,
he was the
that's
youngest
true.
MVP. His knees just gave
out of
out.
all the what ifs, he has the best case, but he's still a what if.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's get back to
Yeah,
football.
but then
So,
going back to football, they also hold on another bad snub. To they
this is
didn't give
second year,
To
right?
first
Second or
ballot.
third year. This
It
was his
either
first
second or
ballot.
third year.
No,
T.O.
T.O.
was
got
not first
inducted.
ballot.
No.
He did, but he was not first ballot.
Oh, I mean that's fine. He got in. He was never gonna be first ballot. He should have been, but he was never gonna be first
Belichick
ballot.
is gonna get in. He should have been. He's probably one of the top 3 wide receivers ever. Can you agree with me on that, Terrell Owens?
Top five. Yeah, sure. He
Okay.
should have. He should have.
Yeah. So that's also a big snub, is what I'm saying.
But if the media is the one who votes you in, like you are at a disadvantage because they didn't like you.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
heavily disliked.
yeah, and you know what?
I mean,
Like,
T.O.
they say they have a provision that your character shouldn't play a factor.
Yeah,
until
but
you did on
T.O.
the
is
field.
way more disliked than Belichick. Like T.O.'s the only reason T.O.
Belichick had a
didn't get in.
contentious relationship for 15 years with the media. Like post that first
Not media. He had a
dynasty,
contentious relationship with his ownership.
that too.
At the end of his Patriots run, him and Robert Kraft. Remember the whole Brady thing? That was like a complete
No.
disconnect between him and Robert Kraft. I don't think Belichick and the media. I mean, he's a media darling now.
Now
Is he me,
he's
Jordan?
not.
Now?
Yeah, remember
Well,
the year that he took off.
Yeah,
He was
the year that he took
everywhere.
off, but then
He
he
was
ended up with
everywhere. And then he ended up with the
homegirl, what's her
24-year-old
name?
chick. Yeah.
yeah, he's back to being contentious.
All right, let's get back. We said we were gonna do a 30 to 40 minute show.
I told you.
Thinking
I
about-
told you.
We
That's the
talked
key
about
word.
the NBA, we talked about the Oscars, and we talked about the Hall of Fame. All right, so this is going to be. It's just funny. It's a weird year. That's all I gotta say. I think the year, in my opinion, was carried by the Bears. Overall, I don't think it was that great of an NFL season. So we're gonna do a Chicago Bears season recap along with a Detroit Lions season recap. But let's see the state of the union. The state of the state of the franchise for the Chicago Bears. Wasi Siddiqui, the floor is yours.
Oh, state of the franchise? Jesus, man.
Give me your thoughts on the 2025 Chicago Bears and where you need to see this team going forward.
one of the most exciting teams to watch. Obviously, one of the most clutch teams. Box office football. We saw great, grit, toughness, perseverance from the team. Seeing all those game-winning drives, you finally saw the Bears learn how to win a football game and how to sustain that throughout a season. We saw great things with the offensive line developing. We saw great things with with stars like Luther Burden, Colson Loveland, and Kyle Monangai ascending as talents. And then obviously we saw Caleb Williams become like this box office clutch quarterback. Obviously, we all know that he has a lot to improve on, primarily the accuracy and the mechanics and things of that nature. But we saw things that we should be encouraged about. However, when I look into next season, it's kind of grim and murky for me, just because the cap is cooked and in areas where we need to get better on, especially on defense, and maybe even getting explosive offensive players, we just don't have the capital to swing that. So when there is talks of a possible regression season, it's likely that there may be one, but not in the regression of we're going to lose 5 games now, but more so in the sense that we're not going to win 11 plus games going into next season. That's just my take on it. So we got to find a way to shed a bunch of bad contracts, somehow get rid of DJ Moore. I think you want to start building chemistry around Luther Burden and Rome and Colston. You want to see your run game improve, because we saw it be inconsistent the last 5 weeks of football, where they weren't getting the same push that they once were. That run that they had with Theo Benedict, you'll see that's when our best rushing numbers came about. But then once we went to Ozzie and other folks, we started seeing a regression in the run game. So I want to see improvements over there, especially at the running back position. We need a home run hitter. We need a deep wide receiver, Shaheed type of wide receiver. Hope he makes it to his free agency, and I hope that we are able to cough that kind of money up. But we're stuck with bad contracts, and that's honestly where we stand right now until we get rid of those and create more cap space. And we kind of screwed. So overall, good thing, great things to love. I'll never forget this season. Remember the moments that we were talking about earlier in the season, the greatest Bears moments. And I think we had 5 of them this season. And so,
I think Mount Rushmore.
yeah. So it's a memorable season. I always remember it was magical for me because I didn't have the expectations of winning. Wish we went farther, but I think this team will be getting a ring soon. That's just my opinion on it. So, yeah.
I think one thing I want to add, and I think me and Wase differ in this aspect, is the defense was bad this year. In terms of the actual roster that they put together, I think the defense was pretty bad. And the key holes of identifying where improvement needs to happen when Ben Johnson walked into that room were the offensive line right away. Boom, fix the offensive line. Now, obviously, you have to sustain that level of success. Ozzie's injury, things are going to happen. But we saw Jonah Jackson probably had his best year as a pro. Joe Thuney is an all-pro. Darnell Wright, second team all-pro. Drew Dahlman, he's a Pro Bowler, but he also played a top 5 center in the league. For the money that you paid him, you didn't lose that. And Ozzie was and I'm saying this today, or I said this today earlier because I saw the crop of talent, but sure, I would have definitely loved a Scorton or a Nick Emanwari. We saw how he played on Sunday. That guy was everywhere. If you could have a guy like that on this defense, you have so much more faith in what this can actually become. But we were sitting here after the Lions game. I was looking back on the episode that we had after the Lions game, and I was really upset because I feel like Poles did just a terrible job assembling a top 5, the 5th most expensive defense in the league for the players and the contracts that they have on it. I think that we're just going to see improvement. So that's why I think, and also the regression I think is a little overrated because they were 8-5 in 1-score games. The Chiefs, right, had a huge regression this year in those close games. The Vikings had a huge regression 2 years ago in those close games, but the Chiefs were 11-1 in 1-score games. The Vikings were I think 9-1 or 9-2 in those close games. So 8-5 is not you got every single break you ever need.
Yeah,
you're still losing 1-score games.
There's there's a lot of improbable games that we won that we have to also account for.
Yes, but you have to factor into account that last year Caleb said that he was going to work on avoiding sacks and his deep ball accuracy. That changed. That is like undoubtedly, regardless of what you look at, regardless of if you're an eye test guy or stats guy or an EPA guy, whatever you look at, PFF guys, whatever, he improved on his deep ball accuracy and avoiding sacks. And one thing I think that he mentioned that he didn't mention, he said he was going to work on accuracy and footwork. I think we're going to see that improvement. I think he needs to utilize his legs more, not to like Justin Fields level, but if Ben Johnson can utilize the speed that he's able to attain on the outside runs, or like when he crosses the second level into the secondary or the second level of the defense, I think he's not like an overpowering Josh Allen guy where you can run a bunch of QB power, but I think those like zone reads maybe like incorporate those more into the game plan, because we saw like even Sean Payton tried to do that with Jared Stidham. You know, that's just basic level stuff. You give the defense different looks.
You're talking about just like a little bit to keep the defense honest, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Because like I feel like there were so many opportunities where the defense is just like, you know, ears pinned. They know exactly what's going to happen, and you don't give them different looks to kind of like mix it up. With the run game, like you said, I think they need a home run hitter. I completely agree. Are there guys in the NFL like a Rashid Shaheed? Like, is he a one of one in the current day and age?
No, there's a ton.
Who is somebody that's like Rashid Shaheed?
Trey Tucker is one of those guys. One's a 4-3 guy that can. Yeah, no, he absolutely is.
Yeah. He's not as good of a receiver, though. You think he's as good of a receiver as Rashid Shaheed?
I think he's just more like
bad receiver. That's the thing. So he came in with the experience to a team that didn't need a third receiver, really. Like they did, but they didn't. It was the flashes that they needed him for, right? That's why like he popped, because in flashes, that's where the Seahawks needed him most. But JSN.
But Trey Tucker remember he had like a 40-point fantasy game like early in the year.
He had a good year. He had like 700 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
So
the double-edged sword that Rashid Shaheed gives you is such an advantage. I think every team sees it and he's going to get top of market value.
And then when I'm looking at overstated, I think that Rashid Shaheed is good. You have to utilize him in
not
ways.
Top of market like wide receiver. Not top of wide receiver market. I'm talking about like he's going to get good money. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like he'll get like 20. I think he'll get around like 15, 20.
20 million. Yeah, 15, 20.
I think people view him as a wide receiver too, and like a gadget player.
But then and your returner. Like he is probably the best kick returner in the game.
He's what people thought Travis Hunter was going to be on the offensive side of the ball.
Travis Hunter was like a hands guy.
Yeah, he was never a deep speed guy or anything like that, or a gadget guy.
No,
literally, we had
he'd be used all over the field.
He is what Devin Hester was to a lesser degree. Like he's better on the receiving side than Hester was.
I think to a better degree.
Like he's not as good of a kick returner as Hester. Yeah. But that's to say, I think going into this draft though, like you have to attack defense. But man, if somehow Jeremiah Love falls, like you have to go for it. Because what you've seen is you can win with not your defensive coordinator is able to band-aid up the wounds that are there, even if you have like a less than ideal roster on the defensive side of the ball. You just have to you've completely shifted the identity of this team to an offensive team. So if you can add to that, you bring in the Jeremiah Love, cut Swift. That's the way to go. But I think overall a successful season for sure. I mean, well beyond what we expected this season to be. And we saw progression with the quarterback. Like the Bears have a franchise quarterback, and we've never been able to say that.
Yep.
On to the Detroit Lions. The Lions season in review.
All right. So the season in review, it's a disappointment. When you are a Super Bowl contending team, to not make the playoffs, that's a disappointment. You see that what the Lions had were the same problems with the injuries. You hired the wrong coordinator in John Morton, maybe even in Kelvin Shepard. You have a little bit of brain drain that didn't seem to affect the Lions at the core, because they're an elite roster. The top end players are really good, and their players are still developing and becoming even better, right? So at the end of the day, a disappointment. You got to win those close games. I know that the ball went the wrong way in the opposite direction, like how you guys were saying, like the Bears were winning improbable games. Even the probable games, the Lions would there would be something that would go wrong, right? When you would just say, okay, what was the issue here? What caused it? And you say, all right, look, maybe it's execution here, maybe unpreparation. So you just felt like it was a little bit of a mess. As far as surprises for the season, the fact that there was poor offensive line play and still good QB play was really refreshing to see. That narrative that Jared Goff can't play if things aren't perfect for him kind of went out the window here. And you saw that the guy was able to stand in, make good decisions more often than not, except for that Vikings game at the end of the season. But you saw that the guy can play. And if we were to fix up a few different position groups, we might be able to just get back to that top again. The other thing here, flaws, again, poor O-line play. I know that the Frank Ragnow retirement really hamstrung, no pun intended, the Lions in a nasty way. It was post-draft, and you bring in Tate Ratledge to play right next to him, and you think that that's like the heir apparent, right? That Ratledge is going to play the 1 year at guard. He'll take over at center when Ragnow wants to retire. But guess what? Ragnow retires immediately. Everything is in flux. The plan in the interior offensive line, I think in minicamp, they had done 5 different versions in the interior offensive line. At a certain point, they had gotten down to the 5th guard on the roster in order to get people to actually just play in the interior. So it was a big mess. You want to make sure that the line play, which is the strength of the Lions, it's kind of like what the Lions are known for. That needs to get back to the top. If you can't bully people at the line of scrimmage, your offense isn't going to be that successful. It's funny to say that a 5th-ranked offense in the league, 5th or 3rd, whatever it was, is getting bullied at the line, but that's just what it is. If the line gets fixed, your problems kind of go away. The defense probably will look a little better, and things will start to fall into shape. So this offseason, what you want to see, the investment in the draft picks in the line, whether it's at edge on the defensive line, whether it's at tackle on the offensive line, or maybe even guard, going out and getting an experienced center, whether it's through a trade or through free agency. You go out and you do that. The Lions have great cap space, great health. They just need to get healthy and get ready for that next run. Thankfully, a 4th place schedule next year. Go Lions.
Nice. By the way, I don't think you guys have good cap space. You guys are like negative $6 million.
So who's one guy?
Yeah, but after restructures, we'd be at $80 million. And we have rollover. So we have the rollover.
We have the same. No, the rollover's already been accounted for.
No.
They've updated.
What do you mean rollover?
Usually we didn't spend $20 million from the previous year, so it rolls over into next year's cap space.
Shouldn't it have already been rolled over, like showing reflecting on spot rack?
Nope.
T-Mobile's rollover plan?
No, it's singular.
Yeah, it was
Singular.
Yeah, so the Lions are going to be in good shape as far as cap space is concerned. You can restructure Goff's contract pretty easily. So they're probably going to be 60 to 80 million in cap space going into free agency. So, or going into the new year. So, I mean, again, we'll be fine. The Lions play the cap game really good, as well as any team in the league. And they go out and they hire 2 good offensive minds to come and revamp the offense, make it not revamp, but evolve the offense with Drew Petzing and Mike Kafka now joining the team. So again, it'll be good.
Oh, Kafka's running?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Kafka's a senior offensive assistant. Yeah, they didn't
That's
tell us,
solid.
they haven't said what the role is, but I'm assuming it's pass game coordinator. I'm not entirely sure. We'll see. We'll see how things shake out. But yeah, it'll be good.
Solid. I think honest take on the Lions, no trolling. I think it was a disappointing year, but you're not like done. I think your window is very, very very tight now, because if you don't perform this coming year is the last year you have before you have to pay everybody, right?
No, everybody's been paid.
No, Campbell needs
Hutchinson.
No, Hutchinson paid. Campbell gets to get paid. Branch, Campbell, Laporta. I think that's about it, because I don't think you're gonna be paying Tyrion Arnold or anything like that. So I think that last draft class, and that's gonna take out a pretty penny.
And then that's gonna be tough to afford.
It's not,
you're gonna be
it's not
punting
that expensive to
contracts
pay a
for
running back
years.
top running backs.
How much do you think Jameer Gibbs can get paid in free
15,
agency?
15 to 20, probably somewhere in
$20 million is a lot of money.
That's a
He's a
lot
top
of
three.
money
He's
for
a top
back.
3 running back. He's gonna get Saquon money. I promise you that.
What is the downfall? Signing a top 3 running back for 15 and 20. Okay.
I'm saying, but
space.
Yeah,
That's eating up
that's a
cap
lot of
space.
money for
Like,
that's a
yes.
lot of money for a good player, and that's not that much cap that's going to be
So-
taken up. Like we handle the cap well. We're in good
20
cap out. You don't think
I know,
you think it's
eventually-
just going to stop?
no, because no. But eventually, you're gonna.
wait,
You
so,
keep kicking the cap.
so does Brad Holmes just stop learning how to maneuver the cap?
Hold on. The way he maneuvers the cap is by getting to extensions earlier, obviously, because then you could then build that cap space in the next 2 years that are remaining
And
their contracts for
and
first round
adding
picks.
void years and keeping out.
But when you add void years,
and timing extensions, yeah.
when you're adding void years, you're just digging into space from the next year's cap or the cap year after that. So you are still hampering yourself. Because look, I think the Lions are like 5th right now, and utilizing void years, they have like $60 million that has been barred from the what is it, future years right now. It's a lot of money that you guys are using right now. So I would just be cautious, because when you got to pay Branch, who was an all-pro or all-pro caliber player, like you got to pay him what you paid Kirby. You got to pay Laporta top tight end money. You got to pay Campbell top linebacker money. Like it's gonna add up a lot. And at one point,
You're already paying Penny. You're already paying Amano. You're already paying Goff. You're already paying Hutchinson.
you're paying J-Mo. You already
They've
paying
been managing
J-Mo.
the cap well. You think that's just going to stop?
Yeah.
I mean,
No,
eventually
it
you
doesn't
can't pay
stop.
everybody. You have to realize you won't be able to pay. Like some
Okay,
people have to
so
leave.
so the reason why you're coming at the Lions right now, they got to pay a lot of people because the cap's in bad shape, right? What about the Bears? How are the Bears going to improve? You don't have the cap.
Draft. Wait,
How
the
well
Bears,
is
I don't
how well of
understand
a drafting
the
team?
cap
How well
thing
is
is
the drafting
so-
GM is pulled?
How are you negative $6 million in the cap or out of the cap, I guess? And you're like, oh, we're gonna restructure. We're gonna be good.
Yeah.
The Bears have like I think 20 million right now.
All right. Restructuring.
and they're gonna restructure.
Hold on. Restructuring good players is different from restructuring bad players. And when you
Yeah, but we can
restructure those
trade-
bad,
like,
hold on.
we are-
When you restructure those bad players, they got to be on your team for longer.
I mean, 1 year, and then you have guys like
No,
Brady
not
Garrett.
1 year. That's not how it works.
I
It's
mean,
not just
Brady-
like,
Restruct.
one
We're
year,
not. We're not extending anybody. We're pushing money out to different areas. You can also just add void years
Okay.
too. But
Okay.
like for instance, they're
Okay.
not gonna. They're the one thing is when you're signing a free agent, you can
So
also
you're
have
pushing
a.
money later for bad players who won't be on the
No,
team.
you're
later.
also you're
Got
missing
it.
the point.
Bears
when
in
you're-
good
when you-
shape.
When you sign a free agent, you're able to then give a smaller. For instance, like if you're giving a sign-on bonus, you can have a lower cap space hit on year 1 and then have a larger one in year 2. So you can always have a lot of those situations.
So why can't the Lions do that?
Because I'm talking about extensions. I'm not talking about signing a player. I'm talking about an extension, which you could. You guys are doing that.
Okay.
You guys are doing that.
So that's what I'm saying. So
I'm saying-
everything that you're
I'm
saying, that
saying-
the Lions can't do, you think the Bears are going to magically learn how to manage a cap, draft well when they have it? Like Poles is still here.
2025 is a great draft year.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
one draft before that.
2024,
No, it wasn't.
we got a franchise quarterback. That's a good draft year to me.
Your franchise quarterback can't complete passes over.
My franchise quarterback won a
55%.
playoff game this year and won the division.
He also threw 3 interceptions in the last game of the season at home.
Did
What did Jared Goff do last year? What did Jared Goff do last year?
Okay, so
3
Jared Goff's not a
interceptions?
franchise quarterback. Caleb Williams is though. Same logic.
Who's
Jared Goff's
what?
not your franchise quarterback?
No, I'm just saying, like, do you think that like Caleb Williams, the way that you guys laugh about Goff, Caleb Williams is doing the same thing, if not worse.
In year 2. In year 2.
Doesn't matter what year it is. In year 2,
Yes,
you
it
shouldn't
does.
You shouldn't
What are
be
you
dirty.
talking- yes,
you
it
shouldn't be
does.
dirty passes in
It
the middle
doesn't
of
matter
the
what
field.
year it is.
Because the things that he's doing is bad for a QB in any year.
He can improve on it.
No.
He can improve. Like look at Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's in year 9. Is his career terrible? Is he a bust?
His career up until last year was terrible. Yes.
Up until the beginning of last year. So that's 2 years of MVP production, and he's now in a Super Bowl.
You've said previously that you didn't think Sam Darnold was MVP production. So I'm not taking that, first of all. Second of all, when Caleb Williams can't do the basic things that QBs do, and you guys are calling him a franchise quarterback, that seems a little weird. Like I want you
He
to just
also
say,
does
I'm-
things that other QBs cannot do.
Yeah, but if you're doing it for 5 minutes in a game, then maybe you
He's
should
not
ask
doing
him
it
to
for 5 minutes.
do the right things
he
for.
came back 16 against the Lions.
Ask him to
He
do
came
the
back
right things
against the
for 50
Packers
minutes.
twice.
Ask him to
Dude,
do the right
nobody
things
does
for
what he
50
does.
minutes.
Nobody does what he does. Currently, there's no active.
My
player in
brother,
league
the
that can
game
do what
plan to
Caleb
beat
Williams
Caleb
does.
Williams is to keep him in the pocket. I want you to think about that.
What?
It's not. It's literally not.
Just because
It's
the
like
last
a made-up
interception
narrative.
was on a clean
That's not a made up
ridiculous.
narrative.
A
That's the
made-up
Lions
That
game
is a
plan.
made up.
To
No,
collapse the
no,
pocket
no,
on
no,
Kid.
no.
Yes,
That is
it
as
is.
I have
They
not
don't-
watched
they
Caleb
don't-
Williams
they
You
don't-
can pass
That's
the
the
pocket.
Lions. Hold on. The Lions' game plan was to collapse the pocket on Caleb and prevent him to run out. They wanted him to just run around inside the pocket because he wouldn't get his feet set. And he had his worst games like that. You don't think that's bad?
No, he didn't.
No, he
What?
did not. He's been good in the
literally did
pocket.
not.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't been good.
Yes, he
You
has.
see it? You see
Bro,
that he hasn't
he
been
was
good. He
so
throws
good in the
interceptions
pocket.
from the pockets. He
All right,
misses
it's
open
9:40.
receivers. He can't move the ball.
Anyways, I was actually trying to play
How is this a
compliments to the
conversation?
Lions,
He
and
can't
then
move
you
the
turned
ball
it-
from the pocket.
Yes, he can. Yes, he
That's
can.
crazy. He
Naveed,
cannot
forget it.
complete
Forget it.
passes.
Dude, this
That is
guy,
the-
he's
that is the thing.
delusional.
Yeah,
So
I
he's-
know.
okay,
Forget it.
So
Caleb
he
Williams
has the
cannot
hold on
play
one
from the
second.
pocket
Hold on
all
a
of a
second.
sudden.
Caleb Williams is amongst the worst in the league in terms of on target percentage. Yes or no?
Sure.
What do you mean?
He's
Sure,
another one.
that's not a problem to you.
He'll improve. He literally improved upon it from the beginning of the year till now. He improved upon it drastically. That does not mean
Is
he can't play
drastically
in the
still
pocket.
being bottom 3 in the league? Then that's weird.
He wasn't
That's
bottom three in
not
the league
weird.
the second half of the season. He was
No,
not bottom
it
three in the
isn't.
league the second half of the season.
For the totality of the season, if he was so bad at the beginning
if he
that he
improves
improved so
at the beginning, if he from the beginning of the season, if he improves throughout the year, that he took your team to the playoffs, is the reason you're winning games, is the reason you beat the Packers twice, is the reason you're coming
one
back
second.
and all these things, doing things that no quarterback in the league can do. I'm gonna think
What is your
about.
criticism? Wait, what is your
weeks.
criticism of Drake May?
He played terrible in the playoffs.
Not just he played
Do you
terrible
think-
in the playoffs,
do you
but he
think
played an easy
Drake
schedule.
May has played better than Caleb Williams did in the playoffs?
No, he played better than Drake May did throughout better than Caleb Williams throughout the season.
Yeah, but did he? Do you think Drake May played
Playing
better
the
than
same
Caleb
level of
Williams in the playoffs?
competition. No,
Do you think Drake
Same
May
level of
played better than
competition.
Caleb Williams throughout the playoffs?
throughout the playoffs.
He said no.
No, I said
Okay,
it.
so then why are you bringing up
It's
my
on
criticism of
par.
Drake May?
It is
my
on
criticism-
par. It is
No,
on
it's
par because
not.
he played
What are you
better.
talking about?
He threw 3
What are you
interceptions in the last
talking
playoff
about?
game you played.
What are you talking about?
How many interceptions is considered not bad?
How
to
many
throw in a game?
points did Drake May score against the Chargers, the Texans, and the Broncos? How many
So,
fumbles did Drake May
Texans
have?
and Broncos, you're
in
talking
3
about. You're
games?
talking about the top
You're
two
not talking
defenses
about
in the
how
league.
many fumbles? How
Hold on,
many
you're
fumbles
talking about the
did Drake
top
May
2
have?
defenses in the league.
How many fumbles did
You're
Drake May
that's
have?
fine. He played
in
poorly. I'm
3
not
games?
defending that. I'm not defending that. That's not my thing.
You said
I'm
he's on
saying that
par
he-
with Caleb Williams in the playoffs.
Yes, he played. He
All right,
played
we're watching
the
different
top
games.
2
You're-
defense.
We're watching a different game.
Hold on. Are the
We're watching different
Broncos?
games.
Hold on. Are the Broncos and are the Texans the top 2 defenses in the league?
Yeah, they are, but that doesn't
and
mean
you're
that Drake
hold
May
on,
played
you're
as
comparing
well
this.
as Caleb Williams.
You're comparing this to the Rams and you're comparing it to the Packers.
Yeah. Are the
You don't
Packers
think
not a
that's
top 10
crazy?
defense in the league? Are the Rams not a top 15 defense in
To
the
the
league?
Packers, who lost their best run defender and their best pass rusher, a defensive player of the year candidate is the same thing as playing a fully healthy Texans team and a
It
fully
doesn't
healthy
matter.
Broncos team.
Drake May had 9 fumbles in 3 games. 9. You're talking about Caleb Williams throwing 3 interceptions. Drake May had
No, he
9
threw
fumbles.
5 interceptions or 4? Or how many?
Again, if you're watching the games, yeah,
I
there's
watched the
context.
games.
There
I
is
watched
no
him through a
context to 9
game-stealing
fumbles.
interception.
Literally,
He did
he just
ran
ran
15 yards,
He ran the wrong route.
and he threw a lazy ball.
It wasn't a lazy ball. He just wasn't
Really?
flattened
Yeah,
on
he
that
didn't
route.
step into
It was
any throw. He
absolutely
just
great
kind of
play by Cam
off-targeted
Crow.
it like he does normally.
Mm-mm.
So the most off-target QB in the league didn't throw that off-target.
No.
Again,
Okay.
second half of the season, he
You didn't.
improved
Delusions,
drastically.
bro. I can't believe it.
Drastically to the point where he won a playoff game. He came back from 21-3, won a playoff game, beat the Packers. He played very well throughout the entire second half of the season.
No, he didn't.
won us games, and that's the story.
So Drake May it's been talked about how Drake May had played an easy schedule. That's the biggest thing. Cupcake schedule is not going to be the same thing next year. You don't think that applies to Caleb Williams?
We play in one of the toughest divisions in the NFL. We are
I
seeing
don't think
The
the
Bills aren't a
change
cakewalk.
in competition between the Bears schedule and the Pats schedule is equivalent to what they're going to be facing next year.
Yeah, the changes.
But also, like, it's such a mute conversation because when we saw the schedule release, we were so scared that the Bears and the Lions were tied for the second hardest schedule in the league. That was the talking point throughout until the games were actually played. And then you saw injuries happen. There are different circumstances, blah, blah, blah. So by this time next year, if the Bears are winning, you're going to say the same exact thing.
No.
This happened.
So the Bears who played
because I saw the Bears.
Hold on. The Bears played the most backup QBs in the league by percentage share of snaps. You know that, right?
Is that their fault?
No, it's not.
I don't understand.
But I want you to contextualize
it
in the same way that you contextualize Drake May. Contextualize it the same way for Caleb Williams. Mr. did not play good teams with their starting quarterbacks, and had these amazing comebacks. But when he played good teams, he played quite poorly.
The Packers played against the Bears. The best offense the Packers had against the Bears,
the Packers without their best two defenders,
was with Malik Willis as their quarterback. That offense was torching the Bears.
Yeah, it was a different game.
Offense torches the Bears. That's not any different.
No, Jordan Love was getting rocked.
Yeah, I mean Jordan Love had a chance to win the game in the fourth quarter. What happened?
He did. I'm not saying anything about. I'm not championing the Packers over it. Like, you know, at the end of the day, my hate watch in that first game was not to see you guys lose. The Packers beat us. I wanted to see the Packers lose. That was fun. Loved it. For you to at least not even acknowledge the same things that you say for Drake May, to not put that towards Caleb Williams is crazy. To not acknowledge that he's been inconsistent at best. To not acknowledge that
I think he was inconsistent. I said so many times on this podcast that Caleb Williams was inconsistent throughout the first half of the season. I said so many times.
And in the second half. In the
second half, he's winning us. He is willing us to be in games. Without Caleb Williams, we're getting dog walked in so many.
So Caleb Williams, who can't sustain drives. You're saying that guy.
What are you watching to see Caleb Williams can't sustain drives? How are the Bears winning games? The Bears aren't winning games with pick sixes in the fourth quarter. The Bears aren't winning games with fumbles.
But the Bears, hold on.
Like
that is incredibly disingenuous. That is incredibly. The fact that you're saying that the Bears, who didn't have the most interception luck this year, mind you, who had the most interception luck, for a bad defense. For a bad
interception luck? No, dude.
How many
interceptions? Al Harris literally came from the Cowboys doing the same exact thing. They were leading the league in picks, and then came to the Bears, teaching them to do the same exact thing, the trail method. It transferred over from the Cowboys to the Bears.
And how much did the Cowboys regress the year after?
Pretty significantly. Pretty significantly.
So it can happen again, right? So the fact that you guys said that the Bears defense didn't have interception luck.
I think the way that they're coached.
And mind you, your whole thing is
the Bears defense isn't winning them games. I said the Bears defense,
but it's keeping them in games. It's giving them extra possessions.
But they're not winning games with these turnovers. These turnovers are happening. If you're watching the games, these turnovers are happening in the first quarter, second quarter.
But it's giving you more possessions.
But they're not winning the games. Caleb Williams is instilling and sustaining drives.
That is the stupidest thing I've heard. Interceptions that give you more possessions will give you more chances to score.
So how do you, if your quarterback isn't driving down the field and sustaining drives, how are you scoring?
You guys said it yourself. Fourth quarter comebacks. That's the thing. He doesn't play well
not
for 3.5 quarters.
To initiate fourth quarter comebacks. Is that not a thing?
So I have a question. If Caleb Williams could sustain drives for more throughout the game, would he have as many fourth quarter comebacks? Would he just be playing ahead?
I don't know. I can't answer that.
Pure hypothetical.
That
is as hypothetical as it gets.
If Caleb Williams could sustain drives for 3.5 quarters rather than just in the final 5 to 10 minutes of the fourth quarter,
he comes through when you need him to come through. That's all we need.
That is That is ridiculous. That is
more than
high levels of
two-thirds,
delusion. That's high
more
levels
than
of delusion.
3/4
That is
of the league's
ridiculous
quarterbacks
coping.
cannot
That
do
is
that.
terrible play from your quarterback, and you
That
guys
is
are
not
just like
terrible
what?
play. Terrible
That
play
is-
from our quarterback did not happen this year because we won the division. He
It
won
did
us
happen
games.
often.
I have seen in my lifetime, how old am I? 29 years
but
of
if you're
terrible quarterback
comparing
play.
trash to mediocrity, of course it looks better.
This year
No.
was not
You're not
terrible
comparing
quarterback
Caleb
play.
Williams to John Elway and Dan Marino. Of course this is going to look better. It's been crap.
He does
This-
look like John Elway, though. He does.
I mean, he gets comps all the time.
He gets
He
his
literally gets comps all the time.
arm strength wise and just being erratic. Oh my gosh, he looks like John
I mean,
Elway.
like he has
erratic.
right now.
No,
right
he's
now,
been pretty good in the second half of the season.
No, I'm just saying, like
Right now.
just inconsistent mechanics. Oh, he's just like
He
Elway,
has to
baby.
improve on his accuracy. He has to improve on his footwork. Those are both
I mean,
things
you're
that he called
comparing
out.
a player from 1985. Quarterback play was much different then to a player from
I
now.
played
in
through
which-
the 90s.
Yeah, that's fine. And his play changed throughout the 90s, did it not? Did he not get better over time?
Oh, quarterbacks get better over time.
Yes, yes. they
So year
can.
2 isn't a complete indictment on what they're going to be.
It's a complete indictment on his career.
Oh.
Because he only played 2 years and I don't have his entire career in front of me. What is this, Gotcha? It is so stupid. I'm using
What
somebody's
about- you just
entire
went back-
career.
You just said
That is so stupid.
year 2.
I hate this
is-
guy. I hate this guy.
I'm
Forget
using
it.
somebody's
Just
entire
forget, just forget
career.
it.
I'm using somebody's entire career to talk about him. And Caleb has only played 2 seasons. I don't know
He's
what's going to
gotten
happen.
better
I know
year
what
over
happened
year.
in Elway's career.
So far, he has gotten better year over year.
But it's
and he
bad
won the
to
division.
less bad.
He won the division. You guys didn't even
No.
make the
You
playoffs.
guys
didn't make
are
the
a bad
playoffs.
team. You guys know it. That's why he
We
said
won the
he's
division
worried.
and we
You guys
beat
don't
the
have cap
team that
space.
beat
guys
you
had
twice in the
luck. He
regular
knows it.
season
He
in
said
the
it.
playoffs. You
But
couldn't
he's-
beat them
this
week 1
man
and you
over
couldn't beat
here,
them the
this
second
man,
time when
Wasi
they came to
said,
your
hey,
house.
it's going to be harder.
And we beat them
had
in the
erratic
playoffs.
Play. We weren't able to win consistently.
Jordan Love
we
has
can't run
beaten
the
you
ball.
twice
We don't
in
have
a
a good
row.
defense. We don't have salary
We
cap.
beat them in the
What is
playoffs.
not getting through you guys?
Anyways, we have to wrap
You
up.
guys
this
know
one
you
at
guys
least.
are bad. That's why you guys were happy.
We're
because
not-
it was
we won the
improbable.
division. We are not a bad football
You
team.
know
We won
you're
the
bad.
division.
That's the thing. Everybody knows you're bad. It was just a collapse from Green Bay, who lost their 2 best defensive players, and the Lions, who lost their entire offensive
What?
line. And you
What?
couldn't even beat the Lions.
We beat the Packers
You
in the
lost
playoffs.
to
You couldn't beat
JJ
the Packers all
McCarthy.
year.
You were 2-4 in the division.
You lost to JJ McCarthy.
And
They
Max
were bad.
Brosmer.
They were
And
And
bad.
Max
Jalen Hurts.
Brosmer.
They were bad. The Lions. I'm saying the Lions were bad. You can't think that the Bears are good. They couldn't even beat the Lions.
We won the
We
division.
won the
We won a
division.
playoff
Beat
game.
the team that
We
you
won
thought
the
was the
division.
Super Bowl window was closed. We played with half a team in week 18.
We won the division.
We didn't even have our best players on the field.
How
We
are you a
couldn't
bad
even-
Just
football team, but
'cause-
you win the
just-
division?
You know it. This is crazy. You guys are so bad. You know it.
What are you? What is this Pee Wee Herman
You're
voice
the
that you got?
best
going
one.
on?
I don't know.
Wait,
Wait,
He's
even
going
The
crazy.
number
going
one
crazy.
offensive line in the league.
He's
going
literally.
You have the number one offensive line in the league. Your quarterback could complete
Right, I
passes. You
gotta-
can't
I gotta
sustain
text-
drives.
I got a
Your
text
run game was
asking to
inconsistent.
keep
These
it
are all
quiet.
problems that you guys have said.
Anyways, moving on to our last segment. We'll be talking about the 2025 first round picks. And I've got wait, somebody in the chat.
Imroza Patel.
Cue the breaking glass as Stone Cold Haru.
What?
All right. Okay, so we're gonna get into a lot of draft coverage probably within the next few weeks. Actually, next week we're gonna have our big board, which we were supposed to have today, but because the Shrine
Wait,
Bowl and
are
the
we
Senior
doing-
Bowl are happening today. What'd you say?
Are we doing Sam Darnold?
We did. I thought we covered that.
Oh,
Do you want?
I thought Sam Darnold the top 10 QB in the league was on there.
Oh, I mean, I thought we were gonna talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk
Haroon-
about it.
Haroon's
Sammy
top-
Darnold, I've been saying it since like 2018. I've been saying that Sam Darnold is one of the best pure passers in the league. I'm saying he has elite arm talent. I even said it last
Literally
year. He
did
was
not
playing
recall
like
you
Huh?
talking about Sam
I
Darnold the way you're
tweeted
talking
about
about
it and I got flamed for it online too. You can ask Harun in the chat. I've been saying Sam Darnold. He even said Sam Darnold's your other boyfriend. He said in the chat this past weekend because I was like, why? Because I respect good QB talent. Yeah, he was good. He's been good. He just had bad teams around him. I'm
That's
vindicated.
crazy. That is crazy. Oh my god.
And Sam Darnold's been playing lights out.
Sam Darnold has been good for 9 years, but he's had bad teams around him.
He's had talent for the entirety of his
Okay,
career.
that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. I think I had said that
Wase
he had
pulled
better
up a
arm than Lamar
screenshot from
Jackson.
2018. Wase pulled up a screenshot from 2018 of a conversation that we had where we were going back and forth between Baker and Darnold. And I was like, that screenshot is older than both of our married lives combined.
Yeah. I was a Darnold guy too, coming out and then obviously he was seeing ghosts at one point, and so I'm happy that he's finally turned the corner in his career and he's doing good now. So,
as a actual Sam Darnold hater, due to my affiliation with the Mayfield family, I also I can't even go against it.
How are you related to the Mayfield family? Son? Are you his daughter?
Baker and Emily have me and Nabiha over for dinner over the off season. We have play dates. The kids, they go out and they go into the farm in what's that, Lake Travis, Austin, Texas. Anyways, but yeah, I mean that was phenomenal. Like the game that he played made up for everything that he did with the Vikings, and he was great.
Hey, listen, the Vikings had Kevin O'Connell and the Seahawks have Clint Kubiak.
No.
Two great offensive minds.
Okay.
Hold on. Two great offensive minds. Is the litmus test when Kubiak leaves to the Raiders? Is that when the litmus test is? Like, what's going to happen to the Seahawks next year?
For Darnold, you're saying? Dude,
yeah,
what do they do? Yeah.
If they win the Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. There's no litmus test. No one really cares anymore.
They're probably going to win the Super Bowl, but think about it. They have, their entire, staff that's going to be probably rated. Clint Kubiak is probably taking them to the Raiders, okay, on the offensive side of the ball. There are also 10 more OC jobs probably on the market. Probably, right? And they're probably going to get the last licks at all of them.
I truly believe though this is the best they can get out of this unit. I don't think they would come back.
Yeah, this seems like a one and done.
Like
they don't have
this.
No one picked them to be. Yeah.
Like maybe the defense gets them back. I just think on the offensive side of the ball, the way that they've been playing in the playoffs, that's as good as they've ever played. Even during the regular season, they didn't play it as well.
Yeah.
Kubiak
like that Rams game, dude. They were answering. Not only were they answering, they were just going blow for blow every single time the Rams were like, we're trying to get back in this game. They're like, no, we're going to one-up you.
The fact that Kenneth Walker
was sharing... at the gamesmanship at the end, when they just needed to run the clock out and they were passing, I was like, dude, they are going.
They're on cloud nine, yeah.
And you know what's crazy is that Zach Charbonnet is splitting carries with Kenneth Walker. And not like you see a full game of Kenneth Walker and what that does for you.
But he needs to. He needs to.
He was, dude. It was. Dude,
I've had K9 in fantasy far too long to. He
was shaking people in the backfield, just like
there
were guys who were coming untouched, and he was so elusive. Oh my god, he's so good.
He's so much more fresh now that you've actually split carries all throughout the season, and he has a chance to show up. Like he could win Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Like, who do the Patriots have that's going to stop him? Actually, Milton Williams has probably been playing really well.
And the Patriots have a good defense.
Barmore,
they have a good defense.
They don't have a bad defense.
Yeah.
It's not like they're.
I know, but he can get around.
They're borderline top 10, right?
I think they're top. I'm pretty sure they're top 10.
They should be.
Patriots are also weird. Like, they can get so much better over the offseason.
But well, here's the thing though. They have this whole blowing their wad on the first year, right? Just kind of they spent like nearly $100 million in off-season money. What are you gonna do? Because you've paid out.
They spent $100 million?
I think something like that.
Yeah. Milton Williams, Harold Landry. They got what's his face.
Yeah. Diggs.
Morgan Moses, Diggs. Yeah, they got who else did they get? They got a bunch of people that they spent a lot of money on. But I think they still have cap space
Carlton
because
Davis too.
We also
But
saw the Seahawks with like they've been having terrible offensive lines since the days of Russ, and they finally put it all together, and they're unstoppable. Like there was no, I don't know. So part of me thinks that it was also just due to what we've seen from the Rams all season, and that this defensive line was supposed to be so much better than they actually played. Right? Like we were expecting Jared Verse to take that huge year 2 leap, and it was almost like Colby Turner and Byron, like they had to play Byron Young on the outside. And they brought Braden Fisk in a lot more on the interior because they just could not figure it out.
And then that whole like dynamic like pass rush that they needed that game more than any game, and like you saw the cornerbacks getting chewed up by every like receiver that the Seahawks had. Like you would think that like okay, if they had a better pass rushing plan, even just a plan, I don't know, maybe deploying them in more timely ways. Maybe Shula wasn't on.
I think you lack. They don't have a diverse skill set of pass rushers. They just got power guys, and
they got the first move. They got the first move and then power, and that's it.
They got one move, and that's basically, and they got no counter. And so that's Jared Verse. Like Jared Verse is he's a good baseline defensive end, but he's like never gonna be like a sack master or like someone that has double-digit sacks every year over year. But they got to find someone that can do that, and then they got to find corners because man, their corners are atrocious.
I mean, I feel like they literally should spend 2 picks on corner.
Did you see the Rams? The Rams Twitter explode and call Les Snead a bad GM, and they set him up to fail. Did you see all that crap that you saw?
I saw a lot of Jared Verse hate. I saw a lot.
Yeah, I saw a lot of
which is crazy because like he's a good player. Like he didn't show up in the one game where you needed him, right? But throughout the year, if you're considered to be one of the best teams in the league, this was number 1 and number 2. This was everybody's Super Bowl. And the fact that they're saying this, like, oh my god, it makes me puke. You got a GM like Les Snead, and you're gonna say he needs to be fired. It was on him. It was on Sean McVay. Sean McVay had a weird play calling game. But still,
I thought he had a weird like clock management game too at the end.
Yeah,
like going for it when they should have kicked the field goal. They were down 4 with like 5 minutes left. It was a 4th and 4, 4th and 5, and they went for it. But the 3rd down play didn't set up the 4th down play, so there was kind of 2 plays, incomplete passes. Like it was back-to-back cold plays. And
he got in his own head.
That was a weird sequence. Yeah.
If he knew he was going for it on 4th, then go out and push the ball forward, like
on the
forward, like try to do
on the 3rd down play in that sequence. They were both pass plays. On the 3rd down play, he ran all the way up to the line of scrimmage, and he was going to use his timeout, and then he stopped himself and he's like, "Let me see how this plays out." And then he did.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe he didn't like it. Maybe, and he was just like, "All right, living up."
Let's just see out. Yeah. Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. So after the draft, we did a draft grade for every single player in the first round and the team that they got selected to. So we're gonna do that again. I want to see how it compares to where we have him. So we'll start at the top. Tennessee's Cam Ward. It was a tumultuous year by far. I mean, the offseason acquisitions, the free agent signings, the money that Tennessee spent did not end up the way that they had thought it would. What would you guys grade the draft pick of Cam Ward?
I would say B.
It's too early. Wait, why are we doing this?
Not the draft pick of Cam Ward. What would you grade his rookie year?
Oh, it's like a C. Not good, not great, but showed promise.
Desired, and you saw flashes. C.
Yeah.
Solid.
You said C, Adil?
Yeah, solid. That's a solid grade for a QB.
So Adil
in a bad situation.
Yeah, we're all pretty much Adil's B. I was a C plus. Wase was a C. Travis Hunter, I feel like is just an incomplete, right? Unless we're
going to have our grades.
Yeah, I have it right here.
Screen. Let's put it on the screen. I want to see how we felt.
Let me see how I can do that.
Oh my God, they're saying Nagy's going to be the Eagles OC.
That's gonna be so funny. Oh my gosh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Somebody was saying Nagy's primed to be the Eagles OC. Oh, so they're assuming. That would have been hilarious. Nobody wants the job and nobody wants Matt Nagy. Therefore, Matt Nagy is the
What
Eagles
happens
OC.
when an immovable object meets an unstoppable force?
And you got Jalen Hurts' inability dangling in front of him. All it needs is a little push.
Dude, Jalen Hurts going into.
That's a Dark Knight reference. If Talha was here, he'd be.
No, that's a Joker reference.
Yeah, but like that's the speech at the end of the Dark Knight, right? So
Yeah.
So Talha would be like, I don't know. You might be enjoying himself on the other side if he was, doing his job as producer.
All right, I got it.
Damn, when did we give these grades? Was this
Right
immediately
after
after the
the
draft?
It was
Yeah,
immediately
yeah.
after the draft.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see right here. Oh, this is bring this in.
I kind of don't want to see this, so then I don't change my
That's what I'm saying.
perspective.
I mean, that's why I wasn't sharing it. But
No, let's see it. No, now we have to answer the bell. Oh my God, Abdul Carter 8.
I gave it a C+. I'm such a ball knower. Oh my gosh.
so Travis Hunter is incomplete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not great.
Abdul Carter, it's just a bad year. I think he's going to turn into a great speed rusher, though. But I think he.
I don't think he's a speed rusher. But
Will
Will
Campbell,
Campbell
speed
C-.
B
Will
to
Campbell.
B to
Yeah.
B to C is like.
No,
perfect.
B- for the majority of the year. He played pretty well. He's just been getting
C-
exposed against the best defenses. You would
Brings
keep
it down
the
a
C-?
notch. Yes, absolutely. I would keep it to. I'd go down to a D.
Damn.
That's where I'd go.
He did not play that bad. You're biased,
Mason Graham obviously
He
didn't
did not
live
play
up
at
to
the level
A
of an
hype.
A,
Yeah.
but he was playing well. He was probably in the B minus.
I'll give him like a B-.
I mean, it's hard for defensive tackles to really be day one.
And he
season one
needs
started.
size too.
Saw good flashes.
Yeah.
I'll go B+.
Uh,
A+ is too
Ashton
high.
Genty, look at that. C+. I like that one.
I would say Genty's a B.
No way.
He took a
Yeah.
while to get started.
Yeah,
But
but,
I
he
would-
did
But
never.
he ended
his
well.
offensive line was bad. That's
He
one
was-
thing. That
He was
That he was in
projected to
flux.
be that guy.
Oh, and
No,
they
he
fired
still
their
will be.
OC. Hold on, they fired
Yeah, he
their
still will
OC.
be.
He played.
they were
such
in a bad situation.
Yeah, that was a bad situation.
It was was it not? Who was their OC? I thought that was
Chip Kelly, and he got fired.
yeah.
Yeah, for
He
Greg
got
Olson.
over
Yeah.
100 yards rushing twice, once against Houston.
Wait, so
once
you're
against Chicago.
still high? Are you guys still as high on Genty as you were?
Yes, I
Before
am.
the season
Yeah.
started.
I am. Yes.
You think he'll be fine?
Yeah.
Really?
He's gonna
Wow.
be a Hall of Famer. He will be a Hall of Famer. I promise you that.
I'm not saying that.
I'm
but he's
saying
doing
that.
fine.
I'm putting everything I have.
He's
That he
gonna be a
will be
top
a Hall of
5.
Famer.
I don't think he'll be a top 5 player in the league.
I'll bet you money that he will be top 5 running back in the league.
All right, keep it in your pants.
I'll
take
bet
that
you real money.
Armand
Membu, I think this is an A.
This is an A. Yeah.
He
This
played
is an
well.
A.
Played
Like
very well.
he has played so
Out of all
good
the
that they
things
don't
to
even
go
have to look
wrong
at
for
the
the
tackle.
Jets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted McMillan, A.
That's a B plus A minus for me. I think
Really?
there was
A
more to be
minus.
desired, but
He's gonna be the rookie of the year.
Is he?
Yeah.
Who played better than on offense?
Nobody. It was kind of
Yeah.
Membu maybe, but I don't think they give it to offensive tackles.
No, they won't.
Kelvin Banks, dude.
A.
What?
Yeah. We were really low on him for some reason.
I
I think a lot of
Hey,
people.
you-
Were. Dude,
lot of
Kelvin
people
Banks is
were.
actually
That was the
really
thing.
freaking good.
Yeah.
really?
He ended up
Yeah.
stepping up big time. Yeah. He played
Yeah.
a great year. But then again, they had a shift in offensive philosophy, right? So the entire line played better than I thought they would.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I mean, the whole team outperformed
Yeah.
what they were. Remember, we had them as the worst team,
Yeah.
and they're picking what? I think they're picking the same spot or close. They're picking 8th. So that's not
Something
bad.
like that. Yeah, they're like
Colson
only 4 or 5
Loveland?
games.
That's an
A
A.
plus.
Yeah, that's A plus if anything, because that is
Yeah.
showing you have a franchise tight end and an easy wide receiver 2 or 3.
Who's your number one
Michael,
option? Who's your number one option next year?
yeah. Michael,
B minus.
Complete. I
B
mean, he was
minus,
injured
even though he
so
didn't.
much.
Yeah,
He fulfilled the need that they had. They needed someone on the defensive line.
he started off hot. It was just as the injuries kept piling up, the weeks kept piling up. It was hard.
Yeah.
Tyler
Tyler Booker.
Booker?
Tyler Booker didn't play too bad.
He played
Like a
good.
C plus,
He
B
played
minus.
good.
No,
B
he's a
minus.
B minus. Yeah, he played good. Good for
Kenneth
them.
Grant was really
Oh
disappointing.
dear God, I gave him an
No,
A.
but defensive tackles also they usually don't like,
Yeah, if we're going with the same
do well
philosophy, we
defensively.
went with Mason Graham.
Yeah, they played
but-
real bad.
but- Miami's also just a really bad situation. So it's kind of hard to.
Yeah,
grade
Halfley's
them.
coming in. Let's see how they do.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I'm gonna keep it.
Tyler-
What do I have him at? B. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it at B. Tyler Warren, B plus.
I was gonna move Kenneth Grant down to a D or C minus.
I'm gonna
He
keep
played
him.
bad.
He played
keep him
very
at a-
bad. Like Mason Graham didn't play as poorly as Kenneth Grant
Yeah.
did, but obviously
No, Mason
there's-
Graham.
you have to
There was
add
a
the
world's
nuance.
difference between Mason Graham
Yeah.
and Kenneth Grant.
There's
Yeah,
nuance
but
though,
like,
Tyler-
because like there's more turmoil in Miami this year than Cleveland. Think about that. Think about how bad you have to be to have more turmoil in your locker room than the Cleveland Browns.
and then like obviously Jim Schwartz. Yeah, Jim Schwartz is like a good defensive mind. Then you have Malik Collins next to you and Garrett, Myles Garrett. So it's gonna be easier for you to look to flash. Really, Kenneth Grant. That whole defense had a really bad year, but I'll give him a C. I don't want to give him a B.
Kenneth Grant.
Yeah, I'm still gonna give him a C.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that you're debating between a B and a C. He did not have a good year at all.
I'm saying C. I'm not saying that because to
I'd
me it's
say
like kind of
C
hard to.
minus, borderline D.
It's hard
so
to
bad.
it's hard to evaluate defensive tackles in year one.
Yeah. Tyler Warren.
B plus.
I was the lowest on him, and I would say he was B plus for most of the year. When Daniel Jones started to like crack and the offensive line started to crack a little bit, it kind of
Didn't
went
work
downhill.
out for
But
them.
like if they have a healthy QB, I think he would have finished with a B plus to A minus.
Jalen
Walker.
Waugh.
Nailed
A.
that one. Yep.
Walter Nolan.
That was
Incomplete, man.
No, dude, that was an A up until he got injured. He
Yeah,
got injured late
I
in
mean,
the season, and he was playing great.
No, but he was injured for the beginning of the season. He didn't start playing till like week 5, week 6 or something like that. And then he only played like 5 to 7 games, I want to say. And then he went
Small
out
sample
with the
size.
torn ACL. Yeah. Really hard to
I
grade
don't
that.
know,
But I'm
dude.
still
They
I'll
were
still
a
say
mess,
D.
and he was the bright spot on the defense.
him and Will Johnson were great. Like, I don't know, man. I'm
Will
gonna still
Johnson
keep it as a
tapered
B.
off towards the end, but yeah, I agree.
No, he got injured. He got injured also.
Yeah, but then he came back
Shamar-
and he wasn't playing that well after.
Shamar Stewart. I'm
F,
gonna keep it as is. Gray Zabel.
he did not show up. Gray Zabel, but
A.
that's a fair one. B to B plus.
Hey, he's literally like one of the best guards already in football.
I don't agree with that. I think
He's
obviously playing.
he's
what
he's
were they
good.
playing like a third? Yeah, he played good, but I mean to say he's one of the best guards, the hell no.
He's
He had a
he's an
good
A
year.
for me. I'm gonna say A.
Yeah, B plus.
I think it's A.
Igbuka. C
Ibuka's
plus.
a tough one. No,
I'm gonna go C plus.
No,
The reason why is because he started off super hot and then he fell off a cliff. So he's a C plus.
I think he's a B.
B
I'm gonna
minus
agree.
C plus.
I'm gonna agree with Wase. He fell off too hard.
He
That's
fell
a
off
C plus.
way too hard. He
Yeah.
literally became unreliable at the end of the season. I don't think have we seen a rookie season where it was that big of a flash in the first half of the season and then just immediate fall off?
I don't know. That's what's so like wild about it.
The Bucks offense completely fell. It wasn't just
No. It was
back up.
it definitely wasn't just him on the offense, but like his level of play fell off
Yeah.
the cliff. Like his routes were still crisp, but he couldn't catch the ball.
Yeah.
And he wasn't winning.
He had more of a drop problem, but I think the defenders were attacking him at the point of attack. I mean, at the point of catch
Yeah, he wasn't as
later
aggressive.
in the season. Like he wasn't as
Yeah.
aggressive.
But that wasn't his bread and butter either at the beginning of the season. Like he wasn't winning
Yeah.
up in the air.
I mean, he's got to
um,
make that change of being more aggressive in the balls in the air.
I don't think he's that type of player.
He's got to be better in that. If that's your
I feel
sole
like
category, like they can work on that.
I feel like he
I'm-
needs
I'm
to play
saying
the
I'm
Godwin
hopeful
role.
for him.
I feel like he needs to play the
Yeah.
Godwin role. Like he can excel on the
Yeah.
Godwin role. Jade Barron, this has got to be an F, right? He's not even getting snaps. You're making the playoffs. And
Yeah.
he's not
Yeah.
getting snaps.
Yeah. Riley
Against, like-
Moss is getting
Yeah.
more playing time than you are, and this is absolutely enough. He misses.
Yeah.
No, we
that's
forgot.
terrible.
We forgot. Oh no, okay. Derek Harmon.
Derek Harmon's an
Harmon.
A.
Yeah, he's been pretty good, and I think he's on a trajectory of like Chris Jones, literally on the same
Yeah.
trajectory.
He's
So.
literally going to be a
Yeah.
great player.
I mean,
Just
I wanted
very,
him
very
so
Harmon.
badly.
Yeah.
Wanted him so
I
badly.
would say B
God.
plus to A minus. I felt like there was a little bit of inconsistency, but again, he's a rookie, and the upside is
Yeah.
so
There's
high.
I mean, there's inconsistencies with all these guys.
His highs were so high though. Derek Harmon
Yeah.
is A for me.
Let's talk about Omarion Hampton a bit. I have no clue what to think.
He started to play better, and then he got that injury, and then he came back, and it really wasn't the same.
So
We
it
could
be
give
that.
him an incomplete. That's
It could be
fine with
that,
me
yeah.
to give him an
I would give
incomplete.
him an
Yeah.
incomplete. I like that. Yeah, because he looked so explosive when he finally got going, and then they were really hyping up his return, and he came back and it was nothing.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a run game, right? And with no
Mhm.
offensive line and no run game, it was all on Herbert, and that killed him. Matthew Golden, I think I'm
F.
sticking with I think is a D or an F. Yeah,
I
What do we
like
give him?
C-
D
C
minus. D
I give him C
minus.
minus.
He played. I saw
Dude, they
flashes.
wouldn't even give him the bar. They
No,
wouldn't
you
even give him
didn't
the
see
bar.
flashes.
I saw flash. Yeah, you saw flashes.
You
at
did
the end
not
of
see
the
I'm sorry,
flashes.
D minus.
He was doing
D
better
minus.
and better. It was
He,
like
he did not flash the way that he was projected to.
Not
when
that he was-
drafted.
yeah,
He was drafted as a
sure.
deep ball threat, and he never once touched the deep ball. Like not once did he come down with one of the plays that he made at the end of the year in Texas.
But the thing is that Golden is a receiver in which you kind of have to have him as like one of your top 2 targets, right? And Green Bay is not set up like that. They have 4 to 5 receivers that could get the ball at any point. And there isn't really like I felt like the play calling was a big deal in Green Bay. I thought that Matt LaFleur probably had his worst year as a play caller this year. They had a weird way of like drawing up like a scheme, and even though they were efficient, it just felt like it wasn't good play from snap to whistle, and it just I don't know. I felt like LaFleur shouldn't have been back in Green Bay. I thought he deserved to get kicked.
Damn.
Anyways,
I don't think Matthew Golden's an indictment on LaFleur, though. I think he's just not that good of a player. He was never that good of a player.
it could be both.
And-
it could be both.
Yeah. Donovan Jackson, he was also injured,
No.
right? For a
No, but
lot
he
of the
played-
year.
He played well. He played well though when he did.
He started off hot, and then he fell off the
No,
cliff
he
too.
played a lot of snaps. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he started. Yeah, he started off
Jackson was
well, and then he fell off a cliff. What's his PFF right now?
there. Mm.
I think I'll
Yeah,
still,
I
I'll
don't
stick
think he
with the
played
B.
50%. I liked him a lot coming out because he could play left tackle also.
He is ranked 46th among guards.
Yikes.
26th in pass blocking, 50th in run blocking.
Okay, so how
Right.
many snaps did he play?
He played 795 snaps.
Oh, so he played the full year.
No, that's not
he
the full year.
missed,
700
he missed
snaps?
weeks 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
didn't like
he missed
miss a
3
bunch of
weeks.
time due to injury.
He got better as the season went on, but
I still believe in him. I mean, I expected him and
I
Gray's
like a
able
B.
to have.
I mean, Gray's able compared to him. It's not even close.
he plays
Yeah,
solid.
yeah.
I like Donovan Jackson. I think that's
Same.
a solid piece there.
I'm-
The A was an over projection for sure. B minus. to C.
I'm gonna do B.
Jackson Dart, I gave a D for this pick.
A.
You're tripping about this
Hey.
one. I'm gonna say B still because of like the not protecting himself as a quarterback. But he looks like he has the goods.
He's
So I'm
all
gonna give
fire.
him a
No, he's all fire. No.
No breaks.
No
All gas,
saying,
no
what I'm
breaks.
saying, like, all gas, no.
I
breaks.
just
He's
he didn't
a lot.
play this way in college, and I was completely surprised by the way that they actually deployed him
Well,
in his
when
rookie season.
Kafka took over, their entire play style changed. It seemed
Yeah.
like they were.
But he
They were
played
just
he
like,
played well
hey,
throughout.
nothing to lose.
I feel like this has to be like a B plus or an A. Going forward, I don't
I'm
know
okay
if
with keeping
he's
him
going
at
to
an
keep
A
the level
or a B
of
plus.
success. I mean, he was doing this without Scadaboo. He was doing this without Neighbors.
Yeah,
Gotta give him a ton of credit. James Pierce.
That's an A.
B plus.
This is an A. Yeah,
Dude.
10
We
sacks.
clowned them for trading up, but they got their
Cool.
guy.
Well, JPJ wasn't that great against the run. In fact, it was kind of poor.
Yeah,
So,
he was a good
I
pass
like-
rusher
But
though.
they didn't.
I
Yeah,
like
they didn't
him as
draft
a
him to
pass
be
rusher.
a run defender. He's a speed rusher.
Yeah, I'm just saying that like that plays into it for me. If he's going to be out there for most of the game,
He was wrecking people in the Tampa game, especially. Watching
The thing
him,
how many
is,
sacks did he have in the Tampa game?
I don't remember. He was good in the Tampa game. I'm pretty sure he was good in the. He was good in the.
he had
the
10 sacks
Rams
for the
game,
season.
right?
I think so. He had 10 sacks for the season, though. That's what I remember. He's going to be defensive player of the year or the rookie defensive player of the year. Yeah.
He had 2 sacks against New Orleans, 2 sacks against Tampa, 2 sacks against New Orleans the first time, a sack against Carolina, a sack against Indiana. He had a slow start, kind of like
Yeah, he had a really slow start.
he came on at the end.
Yeah, because
Mm.
they were getting clowned a lot for the pick at least 3 or 4 weeks into the season before he actually did anything, and then he turned it on. And this is exactly who I wanted the Bears to draft at the end of 23 or 24. Because he was projected a top 5 pick, if you remember, with Burden and
Yeah.
with
Going into the season, he was, and then
Yeah.
he fell off because obvious
he
like
fell off. But he still had a
size
good-
limitation. Yeah, he's still good. I mean, he's a system specific guy.
Malachi Starks did not have a good start, but that defense was terrible. Zachary Orr is a terrible defense.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
whole defense.
I
got
think in a
abused.
perfect, in a with a good defensive coordinator and like them not being so dysfunctional, I think this would have been a great pick. But I don't know. I don't know what happened with him. Can I say incomplete? No.
I mean, he played
Let's
the full
go.
year, but that
Let's
I
go
would say
B
C.
minus.
I think it's a
B
C.
minus.
No,
Because I still think he's a good player.
I think he's a good player. I had so much higher hopes for his rookie year. I
Yeah.
thought he was going to be a difference maker, and he literally
Yeah.
was. You couldn't tell him from a different player on the field.
Yeah.
Tyleek, Adil, how's Tyleek?
I want to say like C plus. I think there was a little bit of weirdness at the end of the year when Aleem came back and they had him all over the place on the D line at a certain point. He was great against the run for a rookie. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I think
Played the
with-
line well.
Yeah, I think with him is like he's gonna be your traditional like nose tackle type of player, like, but he had like pass rushing upside to him from what I remembered like when I was watching him. But I thought who I think Caden McDonald is what I thought Tyleek Williams would be as well too, like right off the gate, like a dominant Derek Brown type defensive tackle, but he wasn't that. So I'm gonna bump it down to like C, just a C.
I think that B minus to C plus is fair given that they misused their defensive inside linemen, right? Like they had Aleem McNeil at 4I for half the year. And you have Tyleek Williams, DJ Reader, and you have Roy Lopez all rotating snaps. Right? Like eating into each other. And it's like 3 defensive inside linemen and Aiden Hutchinson. That's the way you're gonna go. It's a weird situation. They really had him plugging up holes, taking up multiple players, and he played the pass as well at the line. So that's why I would say B minus because I like him. His push that he would get at the line was pretty solid. He was eating up defenders too. That's why I think I'm gonna lean. I'm talking myself in a B minus. I think he had a B minus here.
I'm gonna say C. I just think that again, rookie defensive tackles have to adjust a lot in the league, and then on top of that, it's like he was a good run defender. I felt like I was just expecting more from what I thought he was, but yeah, I think C is fair for me. It's just a large downgrade from A.
I think it's a C too. I think I'm sticking with my pick. Josh Connerly. This I think is a D. Like, you were brought in to protect the quarterback. You were
What do you mean?
terrible at your
Yeah.
position, and your quarterback did not play.
Oh, Connerly started off kind of bad. He ended up really good.
Pretty
At the end of
good,
the year, He
yeah.
was very steady. He was playing very good at the end of the year.
Sometimes they have
gave up-
to do with your
He gave
quarterback
up
play,
two.
though.
He gave up 2 sacks at the end of the in the back half of the year. He gave up 6 in the first half. It was
Yeah.
a night and day difference. Like,
I don't know. He was still pretty bad to me. He wasn't playing at an above average level.
If that's your
I-
trajectory though, like where you start off so bad and then you see it reduce by a whole, what is it, like 200% with the amount of sack reduction there is, I think you got to give him more than
He
that.
was still giving up some hurries from my memory.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of hurries.
But
And he was
the
still
thing
giving
is,
up
like,
QB pressures.
Their play calling had changed. They had adjusted. I think that they were trying to be something that they weren't, like the Commanders at the beginning of the year. And when they got back to like football that they appreciated, or things that like worked for them last year or the year prior, I'm sorry, then I think Connerly's play started to like increase.
Maybe. I just think that pass blocking was terrible. Run blocking, sure, but like they had a lot of help with their runs because they were running 13 a lot, and they were constantly using like different sets between Rodriguez and what's his name? What's that guy's name?
Bill.
JCM. So they were able to find success. They had Mariota too, so they were able to disguise looks. But his pass blocking was so bad. It was like the rep that they had in the Senior Bowl with him and Mike Green. He was so bad.
Mike Green made so much money off of that one.
Right.
What do we think?
Yeah.
Let's finish this and talk about Mike Green, because I feel like he was nowhere to be seen. Like, he had a couple nice moments and flashes with his quick steps and his twitches and his just flexibility. The way that
he would beat somebody on a quick step and then still get caught up with.
Yeah.
That's
weird. I mean, I feel like his technique is not refined. Like, he needs a lot of work.
Yeah.
But he's like a raw talent. Maxwell Harrison, he didn't play a lot. I don't think he played at all in the first half of the season. I don't think he played the first half of the season at all.
But like for the second half that he did play, like he was pretty solid. He's not like a perfect lockdown corner, but he was absolutely solid. Like the Bills draft this past year is one of their best drafts that they've had in quite some time. So I would say I'm gonna still keep it. Would I give him a B plus? I'm gonna go with like a B minus, and that's just because
or like a C
he was
plus.
injured. Yeah.
I expected him to be a lot better.
I was gonna go with a C plus just because I expected him to play like a first rounder. But
yeah.
But he was solid.
But we're talking
I don't
about
mind him at all.
Jihad Campbell.
So I don't know why they didn't play him more over Nakobe Dean, but the times that he did play, he looked like one of the best players on the field. I'm gonna still keep it as an A.
I'm gonna push back, and the reason why I'm gonna push back is because I felt like he was inconsistent. He started off real hot, and then he kind of tailed off. Like when defenses knew how to I think in a compromising situation. In coverage, I thought he was great in coverage.
That's what I'm saying. He excelled at what you brought him in for. You brought him in to be a coverage linebacker, like an off-ball linebacker, and he did great. Because remember last draft season, we were talking a lot about how he could be like a hybrid between. He's not going to be a pass rusher, but he's not going to be like a totally off-ball linebacker. But his skill set in college was coverage linebacker.
Yeah.
And he did exactly what that was. So if taking that next step to learn the new skill is what he didn't excel at this year, I think he was great at what he did in college. And his coverage skills, like if they make him just like a classic Mike, I think he'll be really good.
He was bouncing back between a Will and a Mike, right, throughout the year.
Yeah.
Maybe that played a factor in a way. He didn't have any consistency.
The way that he fell, because remember we were talking about him going like in the teens. I remember we talked about, I think we mocked him going to Tampa a lot because he was going to be the Levante David replacement. Remember we kept saying that he was going to be the Levante David replacement.
Levante plays the Will though.
Yeah, but Levante also plays, or prime Levante played a lot of coverage.
Yeah.
And he played Mike, and especially like when Devin White was there too, they would switch off.
Yeah. Regardless of the fact, I think he's still good. I think he will be really good in the future.
When they pushed Nakobe Dean into the lineup, he lost snaps. I don't know why.
Nakobe Dean was already
played
the starter
a lot this year.
Yeah.
What happened to, how many snaps did Nolan Smith play?
He plays often. He plays on that line pretty consistently. He's like a rush defensive and outside linebacker type. So.
And then the last pick is Josh Simmons. I think he's their tackle of the future.
Yeah.
What happened? Did anyone clarify what happened? Why he left like in the middle of the season?
Did he get hurt?
I don't know. I know.
He had a family thing.
Left. Yeah, he like left for like 5 games or something like that. But he is like, if there's someone that can recover from a patella tendon injury, which is like what Ozzy has, and it's kind of hard. Like that's like that's like what the ACL was 30, 40 years ago. If there's anyone that could do it, and it being him, was because of how athletic he was and like how gifted he was just as a tackle. And so he recovered from that, and now look at him. He's probably a bookend left tackle for the Chiefs for the next 10 years.
So more often than not, I feel like we were pretty spot on with, or you guys more than me, but with where we're at. And obviously there's time will tell with a lot of these players, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one I think we really whiffed on was it's got to be Jahdae Barron, right? I think we all like kind of like.
Yeah, we liked the pick,
sure.
and then it just ended up so bad.
And then I guess also another one we whiffed on was Kenneth Grant, and then also in the opposite direction we whiffed on Kelvin Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Kelvin Banks is going to end up being like some all-pro guard year in, year out.
He's a tackle.
It's really,
and he's playing.
Kelvin
he's not playing
Banks
guard for them?
No, he plays tackle.
He plays tackle.
What?
But Kelvin Banks is not like, to be an all-pro, even at like being drafted like in the top like 15, that's still rare to see. Like it's hard. Yeah. It's hard for that to happen. The fact that he's producing is great to see, regardless of if it was a whole team turnaround and it was the scheme that was causing most of it. But like he's overperforming, not even like in a bad way. Like he did real well, and he made us eat our words. But you know,
yeah, I think the Jahdae Barron one is crazy because he was talked about as the number 1 corner of this class,
the number 1 nickel, if anything. Like they're like talking about how talented of a nickel he'd be.
Wasi was on the hate train though, for real.
Yeah, Wasi
on Jahdae.
Yeah, you were like, he's not a corner. He's not an outside corner. He's not an outside corner.
He's not an outside corner though. He was like,
you said he wasn't. Oh, let me see if you have. I have your post here actually, because you have your top corners or your top players in this draft.
Because I had him as my number 1. I had him as my number 1 nickelback.
You had him as your number 4 corner.
And then my number 1 nickelback, though.
You had Will Johnson, Travis Hunter. I'm so happy we made these, dude. Now we can go back and look at these. Will Johnson, Travis Hunter, Sharon Ravel, and then Jahdae Barron.
As just okay, because I'm looking at like my list that I do. Will linebacker, deep class. Yeah, I think I said Will Johnson, Travis Hunter, Shavon Ravel, Maxwell Harrison as my outside corner guy. Nickelback, I had Jahdae Barron. I said not an outside corner to me, but I can be wrong. That's what I wrote about him.
But he didn't even get snaps.
And regardless, I mean, you know what's crazy? I had my freaking Nickelback list was solid. Jacob Parrish, Noah Williams, Upton Stout, Billy Bowman. Oh man, dude, I nailed this one for a shitty Nickelback class. Wow, solid. fucking ball knower, dude. God damn, I should be in the league. What am I talking about?
You should.
Show us your Nickelback soundtrack list.
Show your Nickelback playlist.
Can you dig me? No, that's not even Nickelback. What am I talking about? That's
Creed.
No, it's not. That's Creed.
Look at this photograph. Oh man, I like Nickelback. I'm sorry, I like them.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right,
Let's
boys.
do the sign off.
So next week we'll have a full extensive breakdown of our top 10 big board for the 2026 NFL draft. We will recap the Shrine Bowl. Shout out Mason Rager from Wisconsin. And the Senior Bowl coming this weekend. And then we'll also talk about our sleepers. A lot of draft coverage next week because it's an off week with everything that's going on. And then we'll talk more as things go on. So for Wase and Adil, I'm Nadim. We'll catch you guys next week. See ya.